Welcome to another edition of Kicking It with the Podcast, a special edition as the old rivals, I would say old for some of our youngins that are on here, but modern day times. Folks know, obviously, we know that Liverpool United will always be age-old rivals. Arsenal and Tottenham will always be age-old neighbors and rivals. But in modern day football, for quite some time, for a good 15 to 25-year stretch, these two clubs were the best teams in England by far. So it's always great to be able to connect with our boys from Manchester United and the people who run London, North London boys, Arsenal. And Sunday at 11:30 Eastern, we get it going back in at the Emirates. Right now, Arsenal is sitting with 7 points in the league. Manchester United sitting with, are you all at 4 points now?
6, respect us.
At
We did
six.
win the first game of the season. Yes,
It
respect us.
it felt like a draw.
Yeah, it felt good, but yeah, 6.
And then your goalie didn't get a red card when he mauled an attacker against Wolves. And then you got another red card so that y'all can come back from 2 down against Nottingham Forest. Imagine letting Nottingham Forest score 2 goals against you. That's just crazy in regular time. But Manchester United sitting at 6 points, 2 wins, 1 loss. Fellas, but we're not where we need to be. People are talking about, like you can just tell by the styles. My man X wants you to kick it off for us. I'm not as down from what I saw last Saturday in terms of overall scheme. I didn't like that we had a 10-minute spell of we are not as ruthless as I think you need to be in order to raise a trophy in this league yet. I'll give the example. City, Sheffield United. Sheffield United just want to get out of there with a 1-0 loss because they're worried about goal differential. Like, as long as we don't lose the City by 3 or 4 goals. But they just stuck with it. Got a goal, 83rd minute. And all of a sudden, you saw City just take it to another level. And all it took them was within 4 minutes to get another goal. And that was all she wrote, 2-1. Arsenal had a 2-1 lead, did not hold it against our, once again, another London neighbor in London Derby. So 2-2 draw. We're sitting at 7 points. But let's start it out with this. What do you like about what you've seen thus far, X, this early days in the season before the international break? And then let us know what you don't like about the team.
So I think that there's a lot of overreaction from fans because we haven't been playing Gabriel and we've been going essentially with like a back three with Partey falling back to right back. But last season, all the same fans were clamoring for a different style of play, right? We knew who our first 11 were. We knew the style of play that we were going to have. And teams were pretty much game planning to stop us, right? They were like, look, if we don't let Saka cut inside, they're going to struggle to score. I think that I'd like Arteta experimenting with a back three because we knew that we were going to have 70-80% possession against these teams. Having a traditional back four with Gabriel back there is not going to help us when we're controlling possession, right? So we wanted to get another attacker out there. And look, it's working. The problem is that Gabriel Jesus is not there. And in Kedia, Trossard didn't have a good game, right? We were all clamoring for him to start, me included. He just had a bad game. But I still trust that Trossard is going to play well. But we didn't have Jesus in there. We didn't have that creativity in there. And the thing about Nketiah is that he's good at putting the ball in the net, but he's not good at creating opportunities for others. He dribbles a lot with his head down. And so when he's in there, we kind of look just bland. Now, he did well to finish the opportunities that he had last week, but all in all, we're never going to look as threatening until we have Jesus in there playing the more traditional 9 role. And we got to remember, Timber's out hurt, right? Timber was our backup for left back, for center back, for right back. Him being hurt, the plan was always to have him out there. We've had to have more traditional fullbacks out there like Tomiyasu because Timber's hurt. So I think the vision of what Arteta had is being cramped because Timber's hurt. But it does show that we have another stop. We have a plan B to go to, as opposed to just playing the same style with the same starting 11. So I'm okay. Yeah, we dropped points. We didn't defend on the set piece, but had we defended well on that set piece, we'd have 9 points out of a possible 9, and we'd be good. So I still believe in the team long term.
I like his experimenting because we're trying to do exactly how City does, and they experiment. They weren't sure about Grealish a year ago. This time, they put him through, obviously in the preseason, playing with Holland a lot better. Grealish was excellent at crossing, so obviously from going from the left side to the middle, and anytime you have a 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" alien, depending on the day, who can get the head on the ball, and like so, City has like that piece where I think that we're not fully committed in the midfield, but maybe we will be by Champions League. That will make a difference. I think we have a team that can kill off a match. So we know we can always put Jorginho in, Declan, Thomas Partey, and be able to play long through balls if needed in terms of counterattack, be able to control the game. Just like, I mean, we controlled the game even with 10 men against Crystal Palace to kill off the game. That was very impressive. Like, that's takes a lot to do. I think what I don't like, let me tell you about what I don't like, okay? I do not think that we are mentally there quite yet at the Emirates to realize, like, this has to be a fortress. Stop this. We have to commit ourselves to clean sheets. I don't know why we have more clean sheets on the road than being at the Emirates. Still don't understand that. But what I don't like is we can't mess with Nketiah's confidence as much anymore. I think we have to be it's okay to tinker in the back. I think it's okay to tinker in the midfield, but we need Zenny healthy so that therefore we can be able to invert the proper way. Timber's injury is killing us. But if Nketiah is going to score goals, you just have to play him because you need goal scorers in the Prem. That's where I'm at with that.
I disagree.
Why?
When Nketiah is in the game, Martinelli is not. Look at the touch distribution when Nketiah is playing. There's just no connection there between him and Martinelli. When Jesus is playing the 9, Martinelli's a lot more involved. Martinelli can cut inside. Jesus will kind of float out to the left, and they're more interchangeable. Nketiah does what Nketiah does. He's going to stay in the box. But I don't like the timing on some of his runs. If you look at when he's playing, we have a lot of missed opportunities because he doesn't know how to time his runs well. He hesitates. You know what I'm saying? He'll be offside and then trying to stay onside, and he just disrupts the creativity, especially when the team parks the bus against us. But on occasion, he'll be able to put his head down and get a shot off and score, and we'll be like, oh, wow, Nketiah is playing well. But it's like, Nketiah playing well doesn't necessarily translate to us playing well, right? He's like a guard that goes ISO heavy. Yeah, sometimes he may put up 30, but that doesn't mean he's making the game easier for everybody around him. If Martinelli's a better player, we need somebody that can get him more involved.
I don't like our wingers not being as involved as they should be in terms of the goal scoring opportunities, even though Saka was just amazing effort against Nottingham Forest. But I thought Martinelli at times, I'd say 50% of the season, he may have been the best player on the pitch for us. And I haven't seen that quite yet. So therefore, I agree with that part. Okay. Jacob, Braylon, United talked a lot of big game. I don't know why you don't have Harry Kane right now, but funny enough, you'll be playing against them in the Champions League, which we'll get into a little bit later. And where I think it would have made you all the favorites in that group if it was switched around. But however, Ten Hag, when you're at Old Trafford, he just doesn't lose. Is it 24 straight? Is that right? Something like that?
No, 30.
20.
I believe it's at 30 something. Like
it's
all
crazy.
Comps.
All comps. Yeah, with all comps. 30 straight of where y'all have not lost at Old Trafford, which is crazy. Fellas, why don't you kick us off, Jacob? Tell us about what you have liked about your squad thus far. And then Braylon would love to you follow that.
That's a real tough question. There hasn't been too much to like so far, to be completely honest with you. I mean, obviously the injuries play a big factor. But things I've liked, Shaw's hurt now, of course, but I have liked the wing back play. I mean, I still think Wan-Bissaka has just been really good. I hate how much Antony turns the ball over in the opponent's third. However, I have liked Antony's work rate. His work rate has been like saving him. and people are kind of ignoring the turnovers a little bit more because the work rate is so high. I'm gonna like things a lot more when Hoyland finally does get in there, and I know ETH said there's a possibility he suits up Sunday. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Probably not, but I really don't want to make any rash judgments until I see a fully healthy group, especially when Rashford's been playing the 9, and just off of pure observation, his work rate has not looked great because you can clearly tell he wants to be out wide. He doesn't want to play the 9. Like, it's almost like some AD vibes where AD doesn't want to play the 5. He wants to play the 4. I just feel like Rashford's still such a special talent that it does get hidden a little bit. But I think if you put him back out left, the energy level, the work rate would just increase tenfold, because you can tell, like, he doesn't want to play the 9, bro. He's not a 9. It's just that simple.
Go ahead, B.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing. I have nothing to say that's opposite of Jacob. Jacob basically said it out. The wingback play has been superb considering the situation that Luke Shaw's out. Even with Delon having to become an inverted left back, he stepped right in and did his thing. Right, like, so a lot of the problems just happen in the midfield and the line being higher than what they're used to. Like, the line is extremely high. Like, we've actually gone and the line is higher than what it was last year. So it's a lot of turnover, and that's where a lot of situations happen. Is turnover. These guys trying to recover back, and you have the only holding midfielder, which is Casa, being the only holding midfielder. And you have him at 32 years old trying to go back and cover for a mistake that was made from Anthony in the final third, or Bruno trying something, which Bruno is just going to try everything no matter what happened, no matter the situation. So Bruno's going to try. So there's going to be turnover in the attack. And what's happening is Casa is not,
He can't run anymore.
never. Yeah, Costa's never been an extreme runner though in his career. Like, he's never been an extreme runner though. He's just going to cover the whole pitch. So like, you have him trying to recover back, and you have Varane trying to cover back, and then the only one that has that true pace to recover back is Lissandro. So Lissandro is trying to be an aggressive player to try to stop it. But like, since he's the only one, it looks like he's making a fool out of himself because he may miss the situation. And that's a lot of times that's basically kind of what happened against Nottingham Forest. He tried to kind of clean up a mistake from another teammate. He wasn't able to get there, and that's how they got a goal. And then so it's like, I don't have nothing really bad to say about the players. It's just we're missing things, right? You're trying to integrate things that wasn't really integrated in preseason, and it's not working. Nothing is properly working right now, except for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. and I ain't gonna care. That's the only person I can say that everything is working out for right now. Is Aaron. It's not working for Rashi. Anthony on the work rate side is working, but he's not providing nothing in the final third, even though he was better after the first 15. Well, actually the whole game, he was actually pretty good in creating in terms of the final third, based on it's from past situations. Like, he's better, but like, he's not giving you the finish. He's not giving you the straight on assist. Rashi, once again, he doesn't want to play as a striker, so his energy levels is not high. But you saw when they put him on the left side, because they started Anthony Martial. God, we're still playing him. That's insane. You saw Anthony Martial play striker, and he was on the left, and then he was able to provide a little bit more. His creative levels was higher. He was actually, you could see, Rashford's doing something in the game. He's actually doing something in the game, and he had the hockey assist on the set piece, which I thought was beautiful against Nottingham Forest, where Bruno went the free kick straight to him, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? And then he just lobbed it back over to Bruno because they were sleeping on Bruno, and Bruno headed in open goal for Casa. At this point, it's growth right now, especially compared to the first two games. It was growth. The first 15 minutes was putrid. After the first 15, it became what I kind of expected us to hopefully be going into the summer what will be this year. So hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah, it almost like the managerial style in terms of how they're defending versus how they're attacking is almost contradicting itself right now, because it's like if you're going to push the line up and you're going to play a super aggressive line, you have to be super patient in the attacking third. You have to be like surgical with your passes. Like you have to play tiki-taka, you have to be smart, you have to make smart runs. My problem is like everybody plays a low block. We try to get too complex instead of like using simplicity and waiting for a hole to open, waiting for a run to open. Like you said, turnover, counterattack, the defense is cooked because the line's pushed so high. So it's like, honestly, it's just like one of the play styles has to go back to what it was in the preseason, because it's just so hard when you're taking chances like that, especially against teams that are playing a low block. You're taking those chances while also pushing your line up. It's like, if you're going to take those chances, the line has to go back. And if the line's going to go up, you have to not take as many chances. So it's like, you kind of got to pick your poison here. That's what's really bothering me.
That part is definitely true. He's speaking nothing but truth. It's like, so pick a poison, because it's not working properly the way he was hoping. Which this is what Ten Hag technically was doing at IX. He was doing this high line and very extravagant offense and attack and like doing things, but it wasn't a lot of patience at IX. So yeah.
All right. Lots to like, I think, for both squads in terms of the phase, but some things that we know that we need to clean up. But fellas, if we were to put a combined 11 out for this match, knowing who's healthy currently right now, we're working on players that we believe that will be healthy. So healthy meaning that they finished the game last week or got some time, etc. Warming up. So Zinchenko or Gabriel Jesus would be considered healthy. But let's go start in goal. What you laughing about?
Because, I mean, neither one of them's great. So it's kind of tough.
I'm gonna be the United fan to say it. You could put I forgot Ramsdale in goal just based off of form. Based off of form, you can put Ramsdale in there. And
y'all don't say, but Jacob, you don't think Ramsdale's good?
I do think it's not that I don't think he's good. I do think he's overrated though. Like, I think he's good. I think he's a good keeper, but it's almost like what we were saying, what me and B Reed were saying about De Gea before United finally got rid of him, is like, on paper, he looks great. You'd think De Gea was like one of the 3 best goalies in the world. But then when you watch it, it's like there's just certain things with Ramsdale where, like, I don't know. Like, I would obviously take him in net for either of these sides any day of the week. But I also don't think, like, he's like top 3 keeper in the Prem. Like, no.
Honestly, if both keepers played had their best game, I'm taking Onana. And the only reason being, I do feel like Ramsdale is slightly better when it comes to just stopping shots. But when it comes to ball distribution, I think Onana is miles ahead of Ramsdale. Anytime Ramsdale's pressured, he goes long, he kicks the ball out of bounds, and he's just not accurate with his long passes. And I think the reason why they were so just bullish about Onana is because that's where he excels. And there's few goalkeepers that are as good at that as Onana is. So if both players played their best game, give me Onana.
Yeah, I mean, if you combine them, you'd have like a super keeper, because Onana is so bad about getting off his line. Like, that's his biggest flaw. Ramsdale hardly ever gets off his line, but Ramsdale gonna give you like 2 to 3 guaranteed turnovers off a thrower kick every game.
He's terrible with the ball at his feet.
Which is an issue for Arteta, which is why the Raya situation. Exactly. I would not be surprised if Raya is starting in Champions League. But let's go to right back.
Oh, it's White.
It's Ben White. Ben White's better than
We can agree on
Wan-Bissaka, and he's better than Dallin. You wait, Braylon, what you laughing for?
I don't know
At
why.
right, okay. At right back at this moment, I don't think it's the only player at right back in the perimeter. It's like two players playing better than Wan-Bissaka at right back this year. It's only two. And it's Kyle. I can't even say Kyle Walker made a mistake last game, but like Kyle Walker and
Yes, he
Trent are the
did.
only
It
two
was a
guys.
bad mistake. He almost
Yeah,
crossed 3 points.
it was a very bad mistake. But those are the only two guys, as I'm saying, as of right now. Even it's been 3 games, but Wan-Bissaka has been top 3 right back in the Prem.
Wan-Bissaka is just so in form. My problem is with taking Ben White is Ben White gets used in a lot more of a versatile role. Whereas Wan-Bissaka is playing right back. Ben White will line up at center back. He might play the right. He's really talented. Like, I just think Wan-Bissaka is in better form right now. Like he's just on one. Like, and plus Ben White literally played center back against Fulham. So get out of here with that right back shit.
No, that's only because we went to a back 3. But when we play a traditional back 4 this week, he'll be at right back. And he's going to overlap fucking Saka a bunch, and he's going to rack up assists. He's a more versatile player, but we'll say it's undecided. But
I think that's the closest. Like, of the positions, that's probably the closest.
So let's go with right center back just for the moment. I mean, Saliba.
That's Saliba. We know that.
That's
Right.
Saliba.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we're going to just move on.
With no Varane, there's not even an argument.
Left center back. I still think that Gabriel's better than Lissandro.
Facts. It's not even remote.
Yeah. I mean, it really just that one's weird because I think that one's play style dependent. Like,
let's just assume 4-3-3 for both sides. Traditional 4-3-3.
Yeah.
If it's true, okay.
Look at Gabriel when he came in the game, he was locking shit down. They brought him in the game to finish games, and he was locking shit down.
But like, we know that both of these squads are going to want to have control, possession, and want to create from the back. And we know that there's a guy that is clearly better than Saliba at that. So if we're looking at how both teams play, matter of fact, Arsenal wanted Lissandro. He said no to Arsenal. Came to United. We know that Lissandro will probably be starting at left center back. Based off of his creativity at left center back. If you
were to Google who has more touches this season, who has more progressive passes this season, I think you'll be mildly surprised to know who the answer to that question is, Lissandro or Saliba. That's all I'll say.
I just know that.
The numbers lie. The numbers don't lie.
If Luke Shaw was healthy, because I don't know what y'all want to do on that front, but I would be willing. I mean, Luke Shaw, right? With Luke Shaw when he was playing was, in my opinion, in best form.
So, he was the best left back in the Prem. Yes.
Yes.
So, he was special.
Yeah, he was special. Yes, he was. So let's go to left back.
I mean, shit. You might as well just go ahead and give it to Arsenal. We ain't got one healthy.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, no, we got one healthy. No, Jacob. At this moment, we have. This is not announced, but like it's basically done. We have one healthy, but even
Reguilon
castaway. Yeah, he's a castaway. So
has he been registered yet? Has he got a medical?
But I will say,
his medical was completed today.
If we were having this conversation and the Cucurella deal went through, then we might be.
Cucurella's not better than Zinchenko. Come on.
I'm not gonna catch Jacob. I can't give you your side like that. He's not.
I'm not saying he's better, but I just think you'd actually at least have to have a conversation.
So before Reguilon got injured, and I know I'm going off on a tangent. This is not really a conversation. But like just real quick, Reguilon before he got injured was playing amazing football. It was like, oh, this is a still signing from they got from Real Madrid. Now he got hurt, and then his form dipped, right? So I'm like, maybe it could work because him attacking wise, he has a little bit more attacking. So maybe it'll work. I don't know. But we only got him for 6 months so far. So
we're going. It's all right. But I'll definitely take Zinchenko, especially over inverted left back currently. It's tough.
You're right now. Partey's a better player than Casemiro.
No,
Yes, he is.
no, he's not. He's not.
Oh, I don't.
He's not.
I don't know if I
He's
can get
not.
behind that one, Emil.
No, he is not.
That
He's
man
not the better
Casemiro is
player.
like the sole reason United ended up finishing top 4
That's what I'm
year.
saying. Last year, I'm talking about in form right now. In form right now, I'm taking Partey over Casemiro.
Hey, listen, if we go on a 3-game sample size, I'm gonna still take Casemiro.
I'm taking guys.
This man taking Partey off some damn Brock Purdy sample size.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, I don't
are
know,
you
man.
going Cass?
That's a tough one because, like,
Cass has been a liability this year.
Yes, he has.
This year, he's been a liability, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's been a liability. So I'm not going to.
Has he been a liability, or has he been a liability,
he's been a liability.
or
Look
has
at
he
how
been in a
anytime
bad
y'all defending the
situation?
transition, Casemiro's just fucking. Come on.
He's the only one back there. I mean, fucking Partey got Declan Rice at times with him back there. It's legit just casting that. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem.
So
Is that it's just Costa back there.
no, see,
Let's-
no, yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
that's my thing. Like, there's fallbacks because even Jorginho is good in all thirds. If we get Amrabat and Casemiro's still ass, I'll give it to you because at least he'll have support then.
Yeah, so maybe we'll revisit this when they play him again. But I'm just going to say this. I can disagree if you want. I actually think Bruno is playing better than Odegaard right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you, but I'm going to
okay,
just
you
say,
can have Partey if you're gonna say that. You can have
But
Partey
that's-
if you're gonna say that.
but then in my opinion, if you replay any of the Declan Rice match against Crystal Palace, he's actually had a better game in midfield than anybody else.
Yeah,
Between
he's been
it's
worth
just
every
incredible.
cent of that $100 million.
Yes, he's
Every
been
cent.
so good for us.
But
Yeah, I
also
like
one
it's the
game-
little things, bro. I'm the 3 games. I'm telling you, he's been really, really good.
Yo,
I
bro,
could have
he's been
said that about
flat on
Anthony
fucking-
in his first 3 games
The,
in the Prem.
the
No,
interceptions, the things, and also quite candidly, we don't beat City without Declan because, bro, we finally had some grown ass dudes who could be in the middle and be embodied with Rodri. Like, bro, we just better with them. Just keeping it real. But so I'm just gonna say we'll have if we were to take Rice and Partey, we'll give y'all Bruno. Are we good? Fair trade?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Casemiro and Partey thing is like similar to the Odegaard and Bruno situation because it's like last year Odegaard's form was insane, but through 3 games, it's like you got to give it to Bruno right now. But I mean, in 3 months from now, we could be having a completely different conversation.
We'll see. So at the right wing, Bakayo,
Yeah,
obviously,
Hey,
no doubt, right?
you don't
Okay.
want a fidget spinner, bro.
Hey, now, if we can swap out, I would gladly
Bro,
swap that out.
There's no
Yeah.
player that I hate watching more than fucking Anthony.
He's
Like
the
literally,
worst.
I just hate
It's hard to
watching him
watch.
fucking
Hey.
do the little fucking hezzy and God, he's so
Hey,
honestly,
no. There's actually a player I hate watching more that I can say I hate more than you hate watching Anthony, and he's on your team, by the way.
Who?
High average, man's useless. So I can
that's
go right
not
there
up for
with
debate though. Right now, that's not up for debate right now. Where in the 4-3-3, I don't see where he plays.
Bro,
Yeah.
he
Anthony
doesn't start in 4-3-3.
Anthony play like Julian Newman.
you. Okay, dang.
That shouldn't be getting on my nerves, bro. That man be
Oh,
sitting there
that's
with
great.
doing 82 hezzies.
Hey, yo, clip that, Jacob. Clip that. We need that. We need that.
Bro,
Uh,
Anthony's gonna have 200 touches on the wing. And I will be so at peace every time he plays the
Hey,
ball.
but the work rate, man, come on. Stop sleeping.
Shout out the work rate. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when he gives it up, at least he runs back the other
Hey, that's
way.
what I'm
So shout
saying.
out to him.
That's what I'm saying, man. So let me retract my statement. He's Julian Newman if Julian Newman's dad made him get back on defense. He be running. The conditioning is insane, though. I'm not going to lie.
Gotcha.
Right, that's because he doesn't really do anything when he has the ball. It's just a bunch of That doesn't really take a lot out of your legs. It's more head and neck movement than anything.
So,
Down the
so
middle,
I'm
Rashford.
Well, yeah,
Down the
we'll
middle,
give you
Down-
Rashford on the left right now.
on the
with
left. I was
Martinelli's
gonna say
form.
no, not
Yeah,
not
no,
Martinelli.
like
He's
Not
on the left.
central, but
'Cause
we'll put Rashford on the left. But
at his true position, I mean,
But
Yeah,
where is he
you
been
can't, you can't
playing?
deny Rashford. Yeah, and then God Almighty,
I mean, just call it what it is. The new English call up, brother, is right now playing better because y'all don't have a 9. So, like, for your comparing Nketiah to Garnacho, is that
No.
what y'all want to
Dude.
do?
They're gonna play Sancho up the middle of this game. Watch. And he's
No, we're
better
not
than him.
playing Sancho.
And my
So-
dog and our dog's better than him.
Remember
too,
you
so
said
we
that.
good.
I'll be texting you on Sunday when y'all have Rashford on the wing and you have Sancho at 9.
I don't. Okay, so 100%, they're probably going Anthony again in the middle, going for 45 minutes, and then
In the
if
middle?
he's ready,
In the middle.
yeah,
Anthony?
Not
Yeah.
on the right. What?
Anthony, not Anthony, Anthony Martial.
Oh,
You think he's gonna start Martial this weekend?
absolutely not.
I'd love it.
hey,
I'd
if
love
he
it.
does,
Who? If he does, he's not going to start Hoyland off and
I
playing
just
90
hope
minutes
Hoyland
coming
can
off an injury.
I could see him starting Sancho up the middle and,
Well,
and
I
just to unlock
hope
Rashford.
I hope that y'all start that guy. He's not ready for Prem. He's a project. And expect him to come in and actually contribute
So
goals as early.
he's not going to start. That's what I'm saying. So they're going to start. The reason why of course, it is between Sancho and Martial, but I think he's going Martial 45, and then 45 he makes a change. It depends on if he's ready, he's going to put Hoyland in to try to change up if it's not going the way it is. If
yeah.
it's not, then he's going to put Sancho in the second half. But
Honestly,
But
I just want to see I just want to see it. Like just let me see what it looks like, even if it's only like 35 minutes. Just let me see what Hoyland's gonna look like. Like just give me a damn sample.
I'll tell you why he's going to start Sancho, because Sancho is at his best in transition. And I think what y'all are going to know that we're going to dominate possession. Y'all are going to try to hit us on a counterattack. And Sancho's much better in transition with better pace, ball at his feet. And so that's why I think he goes Sancho up the middle.
Yeah, I could see it.
all right, but yeah, now go ahead and put Eddie and Nketiah as striker because we don't have one. So so far, not known we have one. So you muted also.
That's fair. So right now, if we put Nketiah in the middle, so right now we're giving y'all Rashford, we're giving you Bruno,
And give us Aaron because then you have the rest of the team. I promise you, give us Aaron because you have the rest of the team basically.
I'll give you Aaron
That's-
and Onana, honestly.
Yeah, so that's 4. So we're giving you in goal, just because we're not happy with where Ramsey, even though he's international. So obviously we have Saliba,
Competition's not that
Gabriel.
tough. It's Nick Pope and
Zenny.
and other guys.
2 midfield. All right, so 7 of y'all 4. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, we're good with that. All right, listen, we didn't knock each other's heads off. I think that predicted 11, predicted combined 11 is fair to say. All right, now we got to roll into our predictions next. Braylon, we will start with you. We'll go Braylon X, JK, and then myself to end.
I was about to
I'm
go
not-
on strike if you tried to make me go first. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew you would. I saw y'all passing the hot potato and LD haters last week when y'all were 2 hours in. So I got you.
I'm not that optimistic this week just because everyone's hurt apparently. We're missing half our team now right now. So I'm gonna go prediction, praying and hoping it's 1-1. I'm gonna just go and just be like whatever 1-1. I'll be happy. Get a point.
I think we're going to go back to our traditional back line. We're going to have Rice and Partey as a double pivot in order to shut down that counterattack. And so I think we're going to dominate possession, and I don't think they can do anything against us in our final third if it's not in transition. So I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Listen, the injuries are insane. No Varane, no Mount, no Shaw. Malaysia is still out. I mean, the list can just.
I think Mount being out actually helps you because Mount was ass.
Yeah, it's not the best. But I will say this. If this was not at Old Trafford, I'd say either 2-0 or 3-1 Arsenal. But I'm sticking with the fortress vibes. I think we're going to play an extreme holding style. One over the top's going to hit, and we're going to take it 1-0.
You don't think we're scoring at the Emirates?
I mean, I hope not.
This is at Old Trafford, right?
It's at Old Trafford. That's my prediction.
It's at the Emirates.
It's at the
this
Emirates.
weekend.
It's
We're
at the
Emirates this
Emirates.
weekend.
That's why I said I'm praying 1-1. That's why I'm praying.
Yeah, we're at the
1-1.
Emirates.
Oh
this
yeah, if
weekend.
it's at the Emirates, then 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, I got 2-1 just because I don't trust this team to get a clean sheet. Not at the crib, just don't see it. So, and I think y'all could score on a set piece. Hopefully, we do not have a pin, but so I'll go 2-1.
I mean, look, the thing about United when they're playing another top 6 club is what the result's going to be by the first half. If they get down 1-0, it's cooked. Unless it's against like a Nottingham Forest, that's different. When they're playing Arsenal City, they get down 1-0. I hate it. It's so annoying.
Arsenal City, Liverpool, like it's happened. Like if we're down in the first half, we're losing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, but even then, I think if it's a draw and we're at one of the big 6, we're still probably gonna lose. Just because it's we still have a lot of players that should not be on Manchester United.
Yeah. I mean, look, if we get out of here with a result, I'll be ecstatic. That's just all there is to it.
I will be talking big stuff in the chat if we get 1 point. I promise.
Right,
1 point I'm talking.
Right,
we get 1 point I'm talking.
That's
y'all did do your job.
No, they should. In truth, look, let's be honest. If we have any hopes of winning the title, we need to take points away from City, which means that United coming to the Emirates should not scare us. And if we have serious hopes of winning the title, we should fucking run them out the park. So if y'all get a result, you should talk cash shit.
Yeah. I mean,
don't play the victim card though here. That's my only thing, B. Don't tech like y'all are supposed to be this inferior. That's my only thing, bro.
Hey.
Sir Alex wouldn't tolerate this type
Let's
of
be honest.
conversation.
Can we be honest? I've been trying to be, neutral and give good analysis. United is not that good today. They're not that good.
That's my thing. It's the injuries. Like it's like the roster we're rolling out there. Like tough.
It's injuries. The team does not. It looks like we're piecing together things right now, and it's like nothing is a whole. It's like pieces of a puzzle, and we're trying to fit round pegs into square holes. It's like, come on now.
Y'all need the international break because Ten Hog's got to figure some stuff out, and y'all need people to get healthy. So y'all need the international break.
They're not okay. No, crazy enough, they're not going to be back after the international break. That's how bad the injuries are. Mount is out for 6 weeks. Luke Shaw, they just said 10 weeks for Luke Shaw. That's why we're going to get out a Castaway. Hoyland had a back. We signed Hoyland with a back injury. I don't understand why we did that. Why was there no compromise in the money if we're getting an injury?
That's what threw me off. Almost crazy. 90 mil for somebody who's not even fit for your squad. Yeah,
so
which is why I do not understand why y'all just didn't go.
But it's not a signing for this year, though. That's the thing. It's not a signing for this year. It's a signing for the year after.
These dudes are gonna be in Europa if they're not careful. That's what I'm trying to explain it. That's my thought. I mean, y'all can trust Ten Hag all you want, and that's fine. Tottenham wasn't nearly as good as they are now, and even they're like barely at 5th. I still rate Newcastle despite their stumblings. I still rate Newcastle.
And
I already told you about Aston Villa, though. They're nice, and Jacob and Brighton's nice, and they got reinforcements coming. Bro, y'all got to get it together. And we gotta maintain it. We got to get together too. We need to show some ruthlessness like we were last year. So we're not, hey, we're not perfect by any means. So, but I like us better than where y'all at right now.
Hey, that Lucas Paqueta Player of the Year campaign looking crazy. Not gonna lie.
Hey, he's out there.
West Ham been on one.
Yeah, they have.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
God, it's wild.
we got our. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I'm saying like they were. That's the topic for a different episode. But like they were like 1 year, oh, they in the dumps. Talking about relegation. Next year they want to come up and they actually want to be a good proper team. And like, oh, now you want to challenge for Europe. What was this last year?
Shit.
100
Maybe
mil,
they just
though.
didn't. Maybe they just didn't rock with Declan. Maybe he was a cancer in the locker room.
Relax. Relax. Their first European trophy ever. Actually, their first European trophy ever. Like, let's relax. All right, JK, give us some lasting thoughts, bro.
Lasting thoughts. If Arsenal does not win this game with flying colors, you guys are in just as much, if not more, trouble than United is, because there is no reason, especially after watching what Tottenham did to this squad with even less injuries than what we have now. If y'all are that top 2, top 3 guaranteed team, this should be a light work, take care of business on your own pitch type of game. If you don't do that and United somehow gets a result, like it's not going to be a good look for the Gunners. It's just not. I mean, this should, like, I know it's crazy to say this because it's Arsenal United. You look at the name, but with the current roster situations and what I saw against Tottenham and what I've seen Arsenal look like, this should not even be a stress for y'all. Like, you shouldn't even get a gray hair from this. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I agree.
Go ahead, B.
I was gonna say the same thing as Deck. If y'all don't beat us in fine colors, Arteta's on the hot seat. I promise you.
No, X.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Ahead.
Arteta will be on the hot seat. You've paid 200, 300 million this offseason, and you're not beating a team that you should be dominating because they have Reguilón starting at left back in 2023. Come on now, you got Jadon Sancho as your striker. What is going on?
Go ahead, X.
If both teams play their best game of football, we're just flat out better. So honestly, if we don't get all 3 points, I'll be hugely disappointed.
Yeah, same here. I think that's fair to say. I ain't gonna say the coach is on the hot seat yet. The man ain't even. That's asinine. It's just don't understand that.
So wait, let me ask y'all one question. So, like, is there a winning result? Like, for example, last week United beats Forest 3-2, but it was still a shaky performance just simply because the beginning. If you get out of here, like, what's the score line where you still go away from this game with an Arsenal win? You still come away from this game with questions. Like, what's the score line that would make you be like, I mean, we got out of there with a win, but like, we should have battered this club.
Nah, I'm not there with that because I think it's different in the top 6. If we win 2-1, that's great. If we win 1-0, I'm even happier just because I want a clean sheet at the crib, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't need this team to figure out like whether they can score goals. That'll come. I'm not worried about that. It's that you have to have clean sheets because goal differential is going to matter in Champions League. It just does in terms of like where you are going to be in terms of the 1-2. So that's where I'm at on that. That's me. I'm also. Yeah, this is probably a hot take. Like for me, I'm cool with knowing where we are in our place with City in the league. Brother, we have a chance now that the group is out. We can survive that. And then we just need to figure out a way to get to Wembley, bro. Because that's where the final is. We got a chance to win it in Wembley.
I think last season we peaked too early. And so I don't want us playing our best football so early because that's what happened last year. I want to continue not to experiment so much, but to develop different styles of play because we were just flat out too predictable. And that wasn't good enough last year. It wasn't going to be good enough. And it's not going to be good enough this year, especially when we're having to play Champions League. So I just want to win, survive, and get to the next week and just keep figuring things out as we go along. So a win is a win is a win.
Yeah, and I don't know. This game is just like, I think it's a lot more important for Arsenal just because after this week, or it might be after next week, the schedule gets tough because you literally go Tottenham, Liverpool, City back to back to back. So, like, if you don't get a result, if you don't get 3 in this one, you got a tough stretch coming up, which sucks for y'all.
I agree.
I agree with that. All right, y'all. It's been great. Glad we got to chop it up with the little United Arsenal talk. Appreciate you guys. We'll make sure we check it in after Sunday. Good luck. Have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping by with Kicking It to Brothers. Please do not forget to click that like button, click on subscribe to Everything Multiplicity Media, and more football coverage and more pop culture coverage and more sports coverage, because we know American football is about to start this week. So we're excited. Appreciate y'all. Take care, fellas.